It was a muggy Tuesday afternoon when I trudged into the gleaming lobby of Willow Creek Condominiums, my temporary home, while crashing with my aunt, Susan Harper, to finish my final college semester. 3 weeks in, I thought I had the place figured out, smile at the doorman, wave at the chatty security guard, and dodge the occasional nosy neighbor. But nothing could have prepared me for the storm that was about to hit. I was about to become the unwilling star of a showdown that would rock this upscale complex to its core. The lobby was quiet, just a few residents flipping through mailboxes as I pressed the elevator button, scrolling TikTok to kill time. The doors slid open with a soft ding, and I stepped forward only to freeze as a manicured hand shot up inches from my nose. "Stop!" A voice snapped, sharp enough to slice through the hum of the air conditioning. I blinked, staring at a woman in her 40s, her sleek blonde hair glowing under the chandelier, her designer yoga outfit screaming money. "I'm far too overwhelmed to share an elevator right now," she said, her eyes boring into mine as she jabbed the closed-door button like it owed her money. The door sealed shut before I could even process what had happened, Leah VYing me standing there, keys dangling, wondering if I'd hallucinated the whole thing. My aunt had mentioned her Lisa Thornton, the HOA's self-crowned dictator. Susan had warned me Lisa was on a tear lately, whining about emotional overload at every board meeting to justify her iron grip on the building's rules. I brushed it off as typical condo gossip and hit the elevator button again, figuring I'd catch the next one. 5 minutes later, another ding. I moved a step inside only to see Lisa charging across the lobby like a woman possessed. "I need this one too," she declared, wedging herself between me and the doors. "I have emotional priority. You'll wait." I wasn't about to let this slide twice. "Excuse me," I said, keeping my voice steady. "I've been waiting here. There's room for both of us." Her eyes narrowed, scanning me like I was a stray dog. "Do you even live here?" "I don't know you." I held up the guest pass around my neck, the one Susan had gotten me when I moved in. "I'm staying with my aunt in 712. I'm registered." Lisa scoffed, folding her arms. "That could be fake. I'm the HOA president, and I know everyone in this building. I don't recall any guest in 712, especially not someone who disrespects my emotional boundaries." By now, a small crowd had gathered, residents clutching mail, eyeing the scene with a mix of dread and fascination. I could tell they knew exactly who Lisa was and what she could do. "Look," I said, trying to stay calm, "I just want to get upstairs. My aunt's name is Susan Harper. She registered me 2 weeks ago." Lisa's response was instant, venomous. "Susan failed to submit Form C9 for extended guests. And as president, I'm invoking my right to elevator priority due to emotional distress." Elevator priority? I glanced at the onlookers, their puzzled faces confirming this was news to them too. I took a step toward the elevator, determined to end this nonsense. But Lisa's voice hit a pitch that could shatter glass. "Security, security. This man is harassing me. I'm being threatened in my own building." Heads turned as a security guard, Mike, ambled over, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. I knew Mike chat with me about NBA playoffs whenever I passed through. "What's the issue, Miss Thornton?" he asked, his tone screaming, "Not this again." Lisa's voice quivered with rehearsed outrage. "This person is trying to intimidate me and force his way into my elevator after I explained I'm too stressed for company. He's trespassing, and I want him gone now." Mike turned to me, his expression weary. "Sir, can I see your pass?" I handed it over without a word. "I'm Susan Harper's nephew," I said. "Been here 3 weeks for college." Mike nodded, checking the badge before handing it back. "Looks fine to me, Mr. Harper." "It is not fine," Lisa shrieked. "I never approved an extended guest for 712. This is a security breach." That's when an older man, George, stepped forward from the crowd, his voice calm but firm. "Lisa, you know Susan submitted all the paperwork. I was at the meeting when you signed off on it." Lisa's face flushed crimson. "Well, George, I'm under unprecedented stress right now. I can't be expected to remember every form." A woman in her 30s, holding up her phone, chimed in. "I've got this all on video. This isn't the first time she's pulled this. Last week, She told Mrs. Lopez to take the stairs because she was just staff. Lisa's eyes widened, panic creeping in. That's private HOA business. You can't record me without consent. I'll have you fined. Mike sighed, pulling out his walkie-talkie. Miss Thornton, you're causing a scene. I'm calling for backup. Lisa's demeanor flipped like a switch. I'm causing a scene? I'm being ganged up on. This is a coordinated attack on my authority and my mental health. She jabbed a finger at me. He threatened my peace of mind. That's the same as threatening my safety. As she ranted, Mike muttered into his radio, and I stood there, keeping my cool, watching her story unravel. More residents gathered, some filming discreetly. I'd had enough. You know what? I'll take the stairs, I said, turning toward the stairwell. Oh, no, you won't. Lisa screeched. The stairwell's for emergencies only. That's a violation of Fire Code 12-4. A woman in the crowd laughed outright. That's not even a rule, Lisa. The tension snapped when 2 police officers walked in, their boots echoing on the marble floor. Mike must have called them, realizing this was beyond his pay grade. Lisa rushed them, hands flailing. Officers, thank God you're here. I'm being harassed and threatened in my own building. This man refused to respect my emotional needs and tried to invade my space. The officers, a man and a woman, exchanged a look that said they'd seen this MOVE before. The female officer approached Lisa while her partner, Officer Daniels, came to me. Sir, what happened? He asked, his voice calm. I laid it out simply. The elevator blocks, the fake rules, my valid pass. The crowd backed me up, and the woman with the phone showed the officers her video. The female officer, Officer Hayes, turned to Lisa. Ms. Thornton, it seems you're the one causing a disturbance. Witnesses and video contradict your story. Lisa's face twisted with fury. Do you know who I am? I've run this HOA for 7 years. I've boosted property values by 23 fan tram. You can't side with them. Ma'am, lower your voice, Hayes warned. I will not be silenced. Lisa screamed, her composure crumbling. I'm the victim of emotional abuse. That man triggered my anxiety by invading my elevator. She reached in her purse, and both officers tensed. She yanked out her phone, dialing frantically while shouting about her lawyer. Ms. Thornton, calm down and stop yelling, Hayes said, her tone sharp. Don't tell me to calm down. Lisa roared. This is my building, and I make the rules. Arrest him for trespassing and emotional harassment. There's no such thing as emotional harassment, Daniel said patiently. This man has valid credentials. But your BHA or that's disorderly conduct. That set Lisa off like a rocket. She unleashed a tirade, insulting everyone, the officers, Mike, the residents, me. When she jabbed a finger into Hayes' chest, demanding the police chief, the officers had enough. Lisa Thornton, you're under arrest for disorderly conduct and interfering with an officer, Hayes said, pulling out handcuffs. Lisa's eyes bulged. You can't arrest me. I'm the victim. She flailed as they cuffed her, screaming about lawsuits and her personal friend, the mayor. The lobby fell silent, residents watching in shock as their HOA queen was marched out in handcuffs, still ranting about her emotional distress. As she passed me, she hissed, This is your fault. You're done here. I didn't buy it, just held my ground, calm as ever. By that night, the video was everywhere online, dubbed the Elevator Lisa. The next morning, George, the HOA VYC president, showed up at Susan's door with a formal apology. We've called an emergency meeting, he said. Lisa's been spiraling for months, but it's over the line. 2 days later, word spread. Lisa faced charges for disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and filing a false report after claiming I'd threatened Hera, lie, the video crushed. She was looking at 6 months in jail and $2,500 in fines. Worse, for her, the HOA board voted her out unanimously, banning her from any role for 5 years. When Lisa heard the news at the police station, fresh out on bail, witnesses said she froze, mouth gaping, before collapsing into a chair, wailing that her life's work was ruined. All because she was too stressed to share an elevator. As for me, I finished my semester, moved out, and left Willow Creek behind. But I'll never forget the day I accidentally sparked a revolution just by trying to get upstairs.